What's up, motherfuckers? So here's the plan. We want to put a lot of time into sweep picking today, and so I think we're gonna try to breeze through our spider walk and triads. Actually, here's what we'll do. We're gonna do our spider walk stuff. We're gonna take that seriously. When we go to the triads, we're gonna start with the vertical triads. But when they go to arpeggios, we're gonna try sweeping on them, right? And so we're gonna shift our arpeggio practice. See how it goes? Arpeggio practice. You guys don't see this. Let me show the whiteboard to y'all. So it goes arpeggio practice, and then it goes into picking and rhythm exercises. So what we're going to do is we're going to shift that very naturally. So the arpeggios, we're going to be working on the arpeggios, and then we're going to start sweeping the arpeggios. And then we're going to try sweeping on those arpeggios for a little bit, and then we're going to just do a bunch of different sweep picking exercises. We're going to do that for a while. And then what I want to do after that is I want to try to work on some of the songs I got and try recording some better demos. We're going to try to put some effort in on that front. And I think we got to start trying to work on that every day. Even though it's genuinely harder than just practicing guitar. So we got to start with these stretches. That's how we start these sessions, with these stretches now. So you're supposed to start by getting blood into your fingers, I guess. You gotta like massage the palm and all of this stuff. So we're just gonna do that for a second. I'm gonna put something something on. I'm gonna put maybe a Joe Rogan, so that we can just kind of zone out during the spider walk portion of this practice. Or here's what or I don't even know. I don't even really know. I want to put something on. Oh, this is, oh, History Time. I love that channel. History Time. The entire history of the Akkadians. Ancient Mesopotamia documentary. 2400 to 2100 BC. Baghdad, Iraq. Yo, fuck ISIS. Fuck ISIS. I know this is controversial, but fuck ISIS. For blowing up all of those statues in ancient Mesopotamia. I guess chopping off all those gay people's heads was not cool as well, but I'm less heated over that. Alright, let's do these stretches. Here, let me get my other hand actually, with these massages. With the blood flow and all of that shit. Shake them out, shake them out. Now we're going to do this. We're going to lock out our hand, lock out our elbow, hand down, pull the finger back, and you open and close. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I don't fuck with ISIS, but the Taliban, based, I fuck with the Taliban. Oh man. Alright, so we stretch our fingers. It's gonna make a huge difference. Maybe in the long run. Like if we never stretched our fingers versus since we've been starting to stretch them every day, in the long run that's gonna have a difference. Well, in the long run, nothing makes a difference. The universe is gonna become infinitely sparse. There's gonna be no energy. There's gonna be nothing. It's called the heat death of the universe. You know, the sun's gonna explode. Human beings are gonna turn themselves into robots and like breathe themselves out of existence through technology. So maybe in the short run of my own life, doing these stretches might make some sort of small difference for a little bit. Alright, here we go, spider run. I'm gonna bring it down to 70 actually. That's not smart, let's just keep it slow. You know, I just took a shower too. I feel like my guitar playing is worse when I just take a shower because I feel all moist. So I think what we could try and do, the way we could try approaching recording some demos, is I got a couple instrumental pieces that I know are going to be instrumental. Some of my songs, they're not meant to be instrumental, but I haven't really worked out the lyrics yet. Whereas some of them are designed to be instrumental. So we can try working on the instrumental ones and just try to bang those out quickly and see how that works. Get in the zone, the auto zone. Not good. Oh, here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to move, so when we descend, I'm trying to see if I can move my finger to the next string before it's needed. So the descending skill, whatever that is, isolated, is much worse than my ascending. So maybe we could try just isolating that. So let's try going back to ascending and then descending, ascending and then descending. Fuck. So we gotta stop tolerating little mistakes like that. You know what I mean? You see how many little mistakes there are? It's not okay. Not okay. So we're playing half notes at 70, which means we're playing effectively at 140 BPM. Well, one beat per note at 140 BPM, hypothetically. And so then we started slipping into some perfect shit right there. And so let's go to 80. Let's bump it up by 10 BPM. And we're gonna slow it down, do one note per beat, and then we're gonna slip into the half notes in a second. And so this is how you really bump up your speeds. You force yourself to have unbelievable, impeccable technique. 90. Alright, I'm going to slow it down again. So we go one beat per note, or one note per beat, and then we're going to slip into half notes. We found a more intelligent way to say double speed, half notes. Not yet. So when we go to half notes, it's going to be 180. But we're slowly building ourselves up to it so we can play it with really good technique. Yeah, let me shake out my hand for a second. We're all warmed up now. We were kind of sloppy at the beginning, but now we're slipping into it. Here we go. Now we're missing note values. That's a good idea at this point. We're going from whole notes to half notes. Alright, so then that was 90, 180, 360 right there, I think, right? When we sped up to that. That would be like 360, one note per beat. But in this, that is eighth notes, right? Or are they quarter notes? I think those are eighth notes. I guess those are quarter notes when you think about it. Because if these are whole notes and these are half notes, then those are quarter notes, right? I don't know. Alright, well, we could try 100. Here, let's do a little bit more of 90, because I don't know if we got it as beautifully as it should be. We'll start at whole notes. We're going to do it like 4 of these at whole notes, ascending and descending. Alright, now we're going to go to half notes. We're just going to go up and down with these for a little bit. Reversing the order of our ascents and descents. Now our ascending. Oops, fucked it up. Doesn't really matter. Let's just get comfortable at this speed without making any mistake. So now we're descending while we're ascending, and then we're going to do ascending while we're descending. Alright, now we're going to switch back. Now we're descending while we're descending, and ascending while we're ascending. Alright, now let's bump it up to 100, because we got really comfortable at 90 without making any mistakes. Alright, and we're going to slow it down to whole notes, because we were just playing half notes, and so it's going to slow back down. we're descending as we descend the strings. For each string we're descending, and now we're going to switch that and start ascending or descending while we're ascending. See what I mean? We're descending as we're ascending. And now we're going to ascend as we're descending. Now we're ascending while we're descending, and then we're gonna switch back to the regular thing after this. I just came up with that switching idea just now. I think it's a pretty good one. Alright, now we just went into whole notes, or half notes. So we're ascending while we ascend. Descending while we descend. Alright, now we're going to switch it. So we're going to be descending while we ascend. Oh, we actually switched back. Now we're descending while we're ascending. Now we're ascending while we're descending. We're playing at 200 BPM with perfect technique. That's the most important thing. Well, not totally perfect, but much improved. Alright, and then when we go back to whole notes, now it's 100 BPM again. I think that's 400 BPM. Because it's... Alright, so if this is 100 BPM, and then this is 200, because it's 2 notes per every 100, right? Then this is 4 notes per 100. Well, that's 100, that's 400, right? Now, obviously, if you were playing hypothetically at 400 BPM, you wouldn't really want to be playing 1 note per beat. But You see what I'm getting at, right? So we just slowly made sure that we were playing with perfect technique. From 70 BPM to 80 BPM to 90 to 100. And we went from whole notes and we made sure we had perfect technique all the way up and down. Then we went to half notes, perfect technique all the way up and down. Then we went to, and we sped it up to 10 beats per second while making sure we had perfect technique. And then now we were playing at a much higher speed with far better technique. And so we could keep going with this, but I think we should move on to our triads. And just keep trying to move on from where we were. Like we'll go back to 80. We'll start tomorrow at 80. Because yesterday I was doing 50 and 60, right? And then today I started at 70. I went from 70, 80, 90 to 100. Tomorrow let's go back down to 80 and we'll quickly work our way probably up to 120. And once we go beyond 120, we'll be in like really good condition. Because 120 is the default BPM on this program at least. So that's a pretty solid foundation. Alright, let's do these triads. So now that we practiced the vertical triads for a couple days, all of a sudden, we have complete and total mastery over the regular triads. Gave us the tools to more accurately predict what's coming next. So this is a 2 gap, which means down here is a 3 gap, and up here is a 4 gap. And then if we wanted to make this into a major 7, then we would turn this into a 3 gap here, and then that's a half step. And so now we just turned that into a tetrad, a 4-note arpeggio. So, alright, so then let's just go through all of these arpeggios and turn them into major 7 arpeggios, just by adding that extra note. Alright, so then, there we go, we just turned that to a major 7. Alright, and then as a regular major. Alright, so then we got this one here. That's the regular major. See how easy that is? Playing G major, right? We got this guy here. Or this is A major, I guess. No, that's G major. Right? Let's turn this one into a major 7 as well. You hear that? You just gotta add that one note. God damn, we've made so much improvement in such a short time. So we basically just mastered the major 7 arpeggio, which is the first complicated arpeggio, right? You know what I mean? And since we have the tools to understand that arpeggio, now we have the tools to completely understand all of the other arpeggios. And so we just did the major 7, then let's try to master the minor 7. Then we'll go into the dominant 7. Then we'll go into like the half diminished, which is like the diminished version of a 7th arpeggio. Then we'll do like the minor major 7, right? And then once we got all the 7 arpeggios, we'll start doing like the 9ths and the 11ths and the 13ths and the flat 5s and all of that. But that's like the basis of jazz, essentially, understanding these arpeggios. And then, so we had this arpeggio practice we were doing for a while, right? Where we did this. Then we went to the F on the circle of fifths. But now we can actually understand what we're doing there. We were just kind of memorizing a series of notes. But now we actually understand the arpeggio. And so what this is, this whole massive shape here, that's called a spread arpeggio. Because you're playing it across like all of the 3 arpeggio shapes. You know what I mean? Like you're spreading it across. So the more you spread it, then the more notes you can get out of it. But unfortunately it becomes harder to play because it's a massive, massive diagonal shape. And then he even makes it tougher because when you descend, you play in a different area. But now we understand all of that, like we were just breaking that apart. And so what we can do is break apart all of those arpeggio positions. In fact, that's kind of what we were just doing. Cool. So, alright, then let's go into minor then, because I think we understand the major vertical triads very, very well. But with the minor ones aren't, we understand them as well, but we can just keep drilling them, right? So let's do like C minor. Alright, and then this one. So that one's not really realistic to play right there. So instead we should play it like this. Right? Yeah. Alright, so we're figuring out how to really break down these arpeggios. Like you could do it inversion by inversion like this. But then that's this massive jump that's just not realistic to play. Like you can do it if you're a savage. But instead you could just go here. Right? Instead of going. But then, so let's just go through these vertical triads then. found this cool trick the other day where it's like, let's say you're doing like these trills with the hammer-ons and the pull-offs. You can bend the string behind the neck, like not behind the neck actually, just on the behind those. I dropped my pick. Where is this pick? Check it. So we're doing these trills, right? We're just doing the hammer-ons and pull-offs. You can pull. You don't even need to go behind the neck. You just pull the string from behind where you're doing the trill. And it raises it. That's like an Eddie Van Halen trick. Check it. That's a cool little one. Every single guitarist has little like weird tricks that like have nothing to do with theory. Like Marty Friedman from Megadeth, we just learned this one the other day, where like he does a bend and then he plays another note in the middle of the bend. Right, you know what I mean? Right? Van Halen, he was doing all the tapping and stuff, and then he was like bending shit behind the fucking tap, right? Fucking Dimebag Darrell from Pantera, he did the thing where it's like, he does like the slide up to the note, and then he puts his other finger around, and he does the slide, and he goes back with the other finger, and he does the slide, he does the other hand, and the other hand, and the other hand, until he does like infinite slides. There's all sorts of weird little techniques you can discover. Yeah, I got distracted there with these vertical triads. So if we master those vertical triads, like I says, it's game over. Because then we have all the tools to master all the 4-note arpeggios. So it's not game over, but we get to start a new game. Alright, so then let's turn this minor 7, or let's turn this minor, just regular 1-3-5 minor arpeggio, or minor triad arpeggio. And let's turn it into a minor 7, right? And so when we do that is we add a minor 7. And so what that does is that gets rid of this triple or this 4 gap, and it turns into a 2 gap and adds a whole step gap too. So it goes 2 gap, 3 gap, 2 gap, whole step. Oops. So then, when you do that, the hard part becomes like, wait, where's the triple gap? Is it this one, or is that the whole step, or is this the triple gap? And so I think we have to have a good sense of the arpeggio we're playing. Right? So this classic D minor shape arpeggio. This is like the most classic possible arpeggio shape, I feel like. Like everybody knows this one. Or even if they don't know it, they see it and they think, oh yeah, that's like an arpeggio. So then, let's say we wanted to turn this into a minor 7. What we would do is so then we just got to add that note. That is a little bit, see, that kind of ruins, like, that's like the best arpeggio shape, and then you add that note, it kind of ruins it. Like it works, but it just doesn't sound as, it just doesn't feel as good. That's what it is. It's all about the feel. Alright, so then let's try to go up and down these minor 7 arpeggios. This is that one. Which one is this? This is E7 one. So then, it would be... Alright, cool. So let's just practice trying to play up and down beyond these arpeggios with our knowledge of the vertical arpeggios. Vertical triads. These are tetrads with the verticality thing, right? Yeah, so then for the E minor shape arpeggio one, that one, I think it works better with the minor 7 rather than this one, which is like this. Wait, how does this one go? That one. This one works better. Fuck. And there's this one. This is the note where this is the extra note added from the 7. So I don't know what this arpeggio is. It's going to be unique. Oh, that one is fucking fucky. So let's just not learn it. We don't need that one. That one's never going to be used, basically. So then this one, so yeah, the arpeggio that comes from the added note is very, very weird. It doesn't fit with the normal minor arpeggios, right? So the minor arpeggio is 1 flat 3 5, and then we get, or the minor triad, you know what I mean? 1 flat 3 5, and from that we get all these really clean arpeggios, and then we can add a 7 to it. But then when we add a 7, what we can do is go through the 3 position triads, arpeggios, and then add that 7 to it. However, if we try to make an arpeggio from the added 7 note, it's not clean, essentially. It's not useful. That doesn't seem right. That's like G major. No, that's C minor. Okay. So then, hang on. Yeah. All right. So then the regular one would be like. So the regular arpeggio for that would be. Right. And then since that's not playable with this 4 gap, what we do is we put this thing in. And then when we add in that 7 note, it goes like this. back to this one. And this one is. And if we go back to this one's like. Yucky. That one ruins that one. Okay. So there we go. Then those are the minor 7 arpeggios. And so then if we were to play it like this with our old spread arpeggio thing, it would be like this. Shit, that was not clean, but you get what I'm saying. I really love the 2-note per string arpeggio trick. You know what I mean? Where you do this thing. Fuck. God, that. Alright. It's sort of a little gimmicky. There you go. Another way to navigate the arpeggio. And so we just gotta keep on practicing all these different little ideas, and they're just gonna whoosh, layer on top of each other and try to integrate them properly. Properly. Here, let's work on the sus triads for a little bit, and then we'll try and like look at the vertical triads for the sus triads. So let's do C sus4. Out of tune. What's going on? sus triads. And then now that I've brought up the tuner, that reminded me to do a little bit of bending practice. We'll just be a little low key with it. We don't need to go crazy with it. Looks like the vertical triads for the sus shit is going to be obnoxious and very difficult, but it's alright. Let's just do the regular triads real quick first so we can refresh, because we don't play these as often. So the notes in this triad are C, F, and G. That's F sharp right there, though. That doesn't make sense. Is that right? Hang on. It's definitely C, F, and G. So then should it be this? So it should be that then. Like you just have to change this. Like normally play that and be E minor, but if you just take this slight adjustment, comes this really fascinating little sus4 chord, I guess. Or what is this? I guess that's a sus2 chord, actually. It's a sus2. Right, because we started this in a sus4 triad. So then, if this is sus4, then if we go down here, it's going to be sus2. let's figure this out. C, G. That's not F though. Oh, that's C. That's another C. Or this is F. Oh, okay, okay. So then F, G, C. Right? Okay, that makes perfect sense. So it goes C, F, G. Then we take this inversion, right? It goes. It's the. You just switch the order, obviously. F, F, G, C. So F, G, C. And then the next F is going to be. There you go. The sus2s and the sus4s are underrated, definitely. People use that as like a transitional sort of thing. I would base a whole jam off of that, honestly. They would just like throw that in like a transition. And that's A. So that's C. And this is the G. And then this is F. Sick. So those are the sus triads. This one is. Awesome. So then the vertical triads for that would be. So it'd go 4 gap, 3 gap. 4 gap, 3 gap, 2 gap. Huh. But no, it's 3 gap, 2 gap. Is that right? No, it's 4 gap. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's odd. So it's 4 gap, whole step, 4 gap. So there's 2 4 gaps, and then they add a whole step. where it's a whole step, it's a 4-gap, then a whole step, then a 4-gap, then a whole step, repeat. Wait, no it isn't. It's 4-gap, it's 4-gap, whole step, 4-gap, 4-gap. Hang on. Alright, yeah, so it's 4-gap, whole step, 4-gap. What that means is that there's 2 4-gaps in a row. So it goes, let's say you're playing it in sequence, it'll go 4-gap, whole step, 4-gap, 4-gap, whole step, 4-gap, 4-gap. Of course, 4-gap is not the technical term, but I'm not sure what other term we can use to describe that. Would it be 4 semitones? Would that be the technical way of describing it? It's 4 semitones? Or could you just say that's 2 tones? Because that's the confusing thing. They explain to you that there's, alright, we got half step and whole step. And you're like, alright, cool, I gotcha. And then they like, at some point someone goes, tone and semitone. And you're like, well, what's a tone and a semitone? And it's like, well, you know a half step? A half step is a semitone. You know a whole step? A whole step is a tone. And it's like, well, just pick one nomenclature. Why is there 2 nomenclature for the same exact idea? And so I guess you could describe a 4-gap as either 4 semitones or 2 tones. And it's like, it's not even like there is some sort of slight minor difference between whole step and tone. It's literally exactly the same thing. Yet there's just happens to be 2 ways to say the exact same thing. So, alright, we went over that enough in one sitting. I'm not gonna like really drill the sus chords to ad nauseum right now. We wanted to work on our sweep picking. So let's work on that one exercise first, where it requires us to like play no notes at all. It's just about the sweep. Here, I'm gonna turn on some distortion just so we can get a little bit of noise going. So the idea is that we have to learn to make the sweep rhythmic. So we're playing at 60 BPM. And we're going to just play it for a solid minute, or maybe even 2 minutes. gonna try to use a different pick. We've started to like really, if you look at it, it's been worn down, this one. This is a really good pick, but it's been worn down a lot. Like, let's hold these up, these two picks next to each other. We've like literally worn off like a solid 2-3 millimeters off the tip of the pick. See how much easier it is with this longer pick? I used to just wore down picks till like they were just like nothing. It's like I just didn't want to get a new pick. I would just wear them down till they're nothing. Guitarist problems. Alright, I'm gonna put something new on. We just finished our entire Akkadian history. Like, that was an hour-and-a-half video. Let's book on the Jinro no Sho, the Book of the Five Rings by Miyamoto Musashi, the Samurai Code. I'm up at the 70 BPM now. Fuck. Knock my fucking headphones off my head like that. Let's think about our picking, how we're going to hold this pick a little bit. I'm going to readjust my headphones too. For some reason they're kind of hurting my ears right now. Because I don't know if we'll I think our grip is a little too loose. Not too loose, it's like we got too much open area in the middle. See what I mean? Like, we just closed it, and it feels a little more awkward because I'm not used to holding it like that, but I think that's a better way to hold it. It could be time for another stretch. I'm just going to do a quick stretch. I just did that. I think my right hand needs to stretch every now and then for some reason. Something about how I hold my pick isn't quite optimal yet. not good. Like we can do it, but it's not really good enough. So let's lower it down to 60. Because 70 is too fast for us apparently. Let's do like 5 minutes at this speed. Fuck it. Wow. Alright, now let's try moving up to 70. Alright, move it up to 80. Even though it's just going too fast. Try 90. Move it down to 60 again. All the way back down to 60. Alright, now let's try doing some actual sweeps. Not good. Here, let's look at some exercises.
E string, right? And then up, up, up on the E, B, and G. So down, 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 up, 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 down, 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 up, 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 that.
All right, that was a two string exercise. Now we're gonna do the same exercise but on 3 strings. And we gotta slow it down even more so we can fit it all in. So I'm gonna bring it down to 40. Ooh boy, oh boy, sweet picking, man. Ooh boy. Here, I'm gonna go get something to drink real quick. I just gotta give my brain like a second to relax. Peep this shit. This is from HEB. Electrolyte solution. With prebiotics and 33% more electrolytes. I don't know, 33% more than what? Like, than Gatorade? Man, it's got prebiotics. And so you take the prebiotics, and then you also take the probiotics. And your gut is, your tummy's loving you right then. I didn't get good sleep last night. Alright, so let's try this 3-string sweep practice with no notes. With no notes. It's just all about maintaining the rhythm and the sweep. This is how bad I want it. This is how bad I want sweep picking. I'm literally gonna sit here and just move my pick up and down to the rhythm of the fucking thing. This is how bad I want it. Like, I had a dishwashing job at one point, and that consists of having people put disgusting, dirty dishes in front of you. Then you wash those dishes, and then they put more dirty dishes in front of you, and then you wash those dishes, and then they put more dirty dishes in front of you, and then you wash these dishes. This takes more discipline than that. So I can quit at any time. You see, I just quit. I go, I don't want to move my pick up and down anymore. This is stupid. But I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to bring it up to 50 because 40 is just too slow. But that was good. Some people, I think they're just they're comfortable at different tempos. Like it's not a linear thing where it's like if it's slow it's easy, if it's medium it's a little bit harder, if it's fast it's even harder. Some people are better at fast tempos, and some people are terrible at slow tempos. And then some people are like are terrible at mid tempos, but they're good at slow and they're good at fast. You know what I mean? But if you want to learn something, you really gotta start slow and bring the speed up gradually. When you learn it properly, I mean, and have control at all speed levels. I think I just have to keep going to the point of insanity, and then go even more. keep going until it says 5 minutes. Left. Holy shit. Alright. We did it. That was 5 minutes of sweep picking. Let's bring it up to 60 and do a couple minutes more. Just do 1 minute of this. I can't take it. I can't take it. I can't take it anymore. I'm going to switch my exercises.
Up, down, 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 up, down. Which gives you 2 strokes, a little bit of alternate picking when you turn around on the G and the high E string. And then I can do like a major 7th arpeggio.
Alright, so like a major 7 arpeggio, right? Let's just take one of those and just do what we're just doing on the top 3 notes of a major 7 arpeggio, right?
fret B, 7th fret E. Right? E minor 5, 9, 8, 7. The other way
Alright,
around.
we gotta bring our distortion down a lot. And then we can try practicing this. Alright. Like I said, sweep picking, pretty frustrating. Pretty frustrating, not gonna lie. My jimmies are a little rustled. Alright, 10-minute beginner sweep picking workout, play along with Burnt.
Today we're gonna work on our sweep picking skills together, exercising deep steps and full workout. Enough talk, let's
These
work on our
things are
sweep
usually
picking skills
not
together
that
now.
good, but whatever. We'll just do it. Alright, let's go. I made it so our guitar was louder than his, so then we can't really fake it. That's better though. Just sweep the diminished thing over and over again. You know what? I'm just gonna pause that. I'm just gonna do that myself with my own beat. Put that at 80. Put it at 90 even. Give me a second. It's so demoralizing how hard sweep picking is. I suppose you have to compare yourself to where you were a little bit ago as opposed to where you want to be. do? I'll try sweep picking at the top one first and work my way down. Terrible. Let's go play this over and over. There's 5 to stop sucking. Alright, we're going to slow it down. In order to speed up, we're going to have to slow down. Slow down even more. Bring it down to 50. So that when we go double speed or whatever that is. somewhere. I think that's how we're going to practice this. We're just going to do that diminished arpeggio and sweep up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down forever. There's a new Joe Rogan. This one I actually like, so I'm going to put that on. Comedian Ryan Long. Alright, so we're just going to zone the fuck out right now and just sweep up, down, until I want to kill myself. Bring it even down. Just bring it to 40. You know what? Fuck Joe Rogan. Spoiled rich piece of shit. No, I don't know. I'm just gonna put on Marcus Aurelius Meditations, the Roman Emperor.
Introduction to the Meditations of...
We're just gonna zone the fuck out.
The Meditations of Marcus Aurelius.
The Meditations of Marcus Aurelius.
Translation by George Long.
The guy was the
Narrated
Roman
by
emperor, and he
Robin
realized it didn't even matter that he was the emperor. He couldn't enact
Book
any
one.
positive change.
Debts
So he
and
had to
lessons.
meditate. People were being
One.
eaten by lions, motherfucker.
From my grandfather Verus, I learned good morals and the government of my town. 2. From the reputation and remembrance of my father, modesty and a manly character. 3. From my mother, piety and beneficence, and abstinence, not only from evil deeds, but even from evil thoughts. And further, simplicity in the way of living, far removed from the habits of the rich. 4. From my great-grandfather, not to have frequented public schools, but to have had good teachers at home, and to know that on such things a
I'm
man
gonna bring
should
that down.
spend liberally.
It's too loud. But we're actually getting good.
5. From my governor, to be neither of the green nor of the blue.
Alright, so I just reset the timer, so we're at 0 seconds. I'm gonna do this for 5 whole minutes. 2 minutes. Alright, we passed the 5 minute mark. Let's go try speeding it up to 50. And then we're gonna speed it up to 50, but we're gonna speed it up to 60, but we're gonna slow down. We're bringing it down to 50. So, I think we're making progress.
I observed that everybody believed that he thought as he spoke, and that in all that he did, he never had any bad intention, and he never showed amazement and surprise, and was never in a hurry, and never put off doing a thing, nor was perplexed, nor dejected, nor did he ever laugh to disguise his vexation, nor, on the other hand, was he ever passionate or suspicious. He he was accustomed to that.
So let's try sweeping on some other arpeggios. For that one, this one. The problem isn't even our sweep technique, it's our fingering technique. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna repeat this for infinity. And we're gonna try to go up to this. We're gonna bring it down to 40. We'll bring it down to 30. And we're going to practice that for 5 minutes. Maybe 2 minutes. We'll see what happens. We'll do 35. You know what? Fuck it. That was enough sweep picking practice.
But he loved to stay in the same places, and to employ himself about the same things. And after his paroxysms of headache, he came immediately fresh and vigorous to his usual occupations. His secrets were not many.
So, this is what we got on the menu.
These only found
I want to close out with some sweep picking and economy picking, and alternate picking, and not sweep picking, alternate picking, legato, that kind of shit.
His donations to the people,
And then we're gonna try to record some demos.
he looked to what ought to be done, not to the reputation which is got by a man's acts. He did not take the bath at unseasonable hours,
We're gonna try and be intelligent.
in houses, nor curious
And
about
I might even look up some information about how to get into that lower register for some lower growly shit, so I don't sound so ooga booga.
and from the movie generally. We know how he behaved to the toll collector in Tuscany, who asked his pardon, and such was all his behaviour. There was in him nothing harsh, nor implacable, nor violent, nor, as one may say, anything carried to the sweating point. But he examined all things severally, as if he had abundance of time, and without confusion, in an orderly way, vigorously and consistently. And that might be a light which is recorded
Might need to just take a short break.
that he was able both
How long have we been going?
to enjoy those things which many are too weak to abstain from, and cannot enjoy without excess. But to be strong enough both to bear the one and to be sober in the other.
So we've been going only for 2.5 hours. I guess I must be really sleepy or something.
Such as he showed in the illness of Maximus.
But I ain't a bitch. I ain't gonna quit at 2.5 hours.
To the gods I am indebted for having good grandfathers, good parents, good sisters,
I feel like I gotta take a nap.
associates, good kinsmen, and
But the problem is, if I take a nap, then I'm probably not gonna start it up again.
I owe it to the gods that I was not hurried into any offence against any, though I had a disposition which, if opportunity had offered, might have led me to do something of this kind. But through their favour there never was such a concurrence of circumstances as put me to the trial. Further, I am thankful to the gods that I was not longer brought up by my grandfather's concubine, and that I preserved the flower of my youth.
Here, I'm just gonna sit here on camera, just like meditate, with my eyes closed,
That I was subjected to a
and
rule
listen to Marcus Aurelius'
able to
meditations.
take away all pride from me, to bring me to the knowledge that it is possible for a man to live in a palace without wanting either garbs or embroidered dresses, or torches and statues and such like show, but that it is in such a man's power to bring himself very near to the fashion of a private person, without being, for this reason, either meaner in thought or more remiss in action, with respect to the things which must be done for the public interest, in a manner that befits a ruler. I thank the gods for giving me such a brother, who was able by his moral character to rouse me to vigilance over myself, and who at the same time pleased me by his respect and affection. That my children have not been stupid nor deformed in body, that I did not make more proficiency in rhetoric, poetry, and the other studies, in which I should perhaps have been completely engaged if I had seen that I was making progress in them. That I made haste to place those who brought me up in the station of honour, which they seemed to desire, without putting them off with the hope of my doing it some other time after, because they were still young. That I knew Apollonius, Rusticus, Maximus, that I received clear interpretation of living according to nature, and what kind of life that is, so that, so far as depended on the gods, and their gifts, and health, and inspirations, nothing hindered me from forthwith living according to nature, though I still fall short of it through my own fault, and through not observing the admonitions of the gods, and, I may almost say, their direct instructions. That my body has held out so long in such a kind of life, that I never touched either Benedicta or Theodotus, and that, after having fallen into amatory passions, I was and though I was often too Rusticus, I never did anything of which I had occasion to repent. That, though it was my mother's fate to die, she spent the last years of her life with me. That, that to myself the same necessity ever happened, to receive anything from another. That I have such a wife, so obedient and so affectionate and so simple, that I had abundance of good masters for my children, and that remedies have been shown to me by dreams, both others and against blood spitting in their beginnings, and that, when I had an inclination to philosophy,
Okay. So we could do sweep picking, we could do legato, all of that shit. I'm just gonna try it. Maybe I think I'll let it be. I don't know. I think what I want to do the demo thing.
the third is the root.
It's not that I want to. I do want to. But even more important than me wanting to do it, I have to do it.
No longer be either dissatisfied with thy present lot,
And so,
shrink.
continuing in our theme of counterintuitive thinking today, in order to speed up, you have to slow down. I'm gonna go take a break. I'm gonna go on a walk. I'm gonna go do something else. I'm gonna get some sunlight. And then we're gonna come back, and then we're gonna do another stream, and then we're gonna record some demos.
There is besides necessity, and that
Sound like a
which is the
plan?
advantage of
Sounds like a plan. Cool. Alright. Bye.